A bear carried artillery shells. A teenage girl captured 25 soldiers alone. A diplomat disobeyed his government and saved 6,000 lives. A codebreaker won the war and was punished for it. These are the 20 unexpected heroes of World War II, the ones history almost forgot entirely. Number 1. Alan Turing. The British government gave Alan Turing a choice: prison or chemical castration. He had just won World War II. Turing's bomb machine cracked Germany's Enigma code, giving the Allies access to every Nazi military communication. Historians estimate he shortened the war by 2 years and saved 14 million lives. His reward was a criminal conviction for being gay. He died. Number 2. Desmond Doss. His commanding officer told him he would die on that ridge without a weapon. Desmond Doss went up anyway. A Seventh-day Adventist who refused to carry a gun on religious grounds, Doss single-handedly lowered 75 wounded soldiers off Hacksaw Ridge in Okinawa, alone, under enemy fire, in a single night. The U.S. Army had tried to discharge him as a number 3. Irina Sendler. Irina Sendler smuggled 2,500 Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto in toolboxes, coffins, and potato sacks. She buried their real names in glass jars under an apple tree so they could find their families after the war. The Gestapo caught her, broke both her legs, and sentenced her to death. She escaped. In 2007, she was nominated for the number 4, Witold Pilecki. Witold Pilecki walked voluntarily into Auschwitz. No one forced him. He forged documents and got himself arrested to spy from inside the worst death camp in history. He escaped in 1943 and delivered detailed reports proving the Holocaust was real. Nobody believed him or acted. After the war, Poland's communist government arrested, tortured, and executed him. He was rehabilitated. Number 5. Nicholas Winton. Nicholas Winton rescued 669 Jewish children from Czechoslovakia in 1939 by organizing trains to Britain, and then told absolutely nobody for 50 years. His wife found a scrapbook of names and photographs in their attic in 1988. A television program invited him to an audience without telling him why. Every person in that room was a child he had. Number 6, Virginia Hall. The Gestapo called her the Limping Lady and offered 100,000 francs for her capture, dead or alive. Virginia Hall had a wooden prosthetic leg she named Cuthbert, and she was the most dangerous Allied spy in Nazi-occupied France. She crossed the Pyrenees on foot in winter to escape capture. The CIA later called her the greatest female spy in number 7, the Navajo Code Talkers. Japan cracked every Allied code in the Pacific, except one. The Navajo Code Talkers were 400 Native American Marines who used their native language to transmit battlefield communications. Japan's top cryptanalyst worked on it for the entire war and never decoded a single message. The same government that banned Navajo children from speaking their language in schools was now number 8, Wojtek the Bear. He smoked cigarettes, drank beer, and officially held the rank of private in the Polish army. Wojtek was a brown bear purchased as a cub in Iran for a tin of food. He learned to carry artillery shells by watching soldiers, then did it himself at the Battle of Monte Cassino. He was formally enlisted, given a serial number, and number 9, Noor Inayat Khan. She was an Indian Muslim princess who parachuted into Nazi-occupied France alone as Britain's first female wireless radio operator behind enemy lines. Noor Inayat Khan's SOE trainers questioned whether she could handle the mission. She lasted 10 months before being betrayed. The Gestapo tortured her for months. She revealed nothing. Her last word before execution at Dachau concentration camp was number 10, Gail Halvorson. Gail Halvorson was a U.S. Air Force pilot, delivering food during the Berlin blockade, when he started secretly attaching chocolate bars to small parachutes and dropping them from his plane for the children waiting below. Word spread across the entire city. Children wrote letters addressed simply to the candy bomber. The Pentagon found out and officially endorsed his unauthorized operation. Number 11, Audie Murphy. Audie Murphy was rejected by the Marines, Navy, and paratroopers for being too small and too young. The Army accepted him. He became the most decorated American combat soldier of World War II, earning 33 military honors including the Medal of Honor for single-handedly holding off an entire German company at age 19. He later starred in over 40 Hollywood number 12. Oskar Schindler. Oskar Schindler was a Nazi party member, war profiteer, and serial womanizer who bribed SS officers with black market alcohol. He also saved 1,200 Jewish lives by convincing the SS his factory workers were essential to the war effort. He spent his entire personal fortune doing it. After the war, he went bankrupt and died nearly unknown. So, the People number 13, Judy the dog. Judy was a purebred English pointer who served aboard a Royal Navy gunboat in the Pacific. When her ship was torpedoed, she was captured with her crew by the Japanese. Her owner convinced the Japanese commander to officially register her as a prisoner of war, making her the only animal in history to receive that legal designation. That POW number 14, Simone Seguin. Simone Seguin was 18 years old when she joined the French resistance in 1944, armed with a stolen German submachine gun. She personally captured 25 German soldiers and participated in the liberation of Chartres and Paris. Life magazine photographed her during the liberation celebrations. She became one of the most iconic images of wartime resistance. She is still alive today. But number 15, Mad Jack Churchill. Mad Jack Churchill carried a Scottish broadsword, longbow, and bagpipes into every battle of World War II, because any officer without his sword was improperly dressed. He is the only soldier in the war confirmed to have killed an enemy combatant with a longbow arrow. He escaped German captivity twice. When the war ended, he was reportedly furious the number 16, Lachmann Gurung. Lachmann Gurung was alone in his trench in Burma when over 200 Japanese soldiers attacked at night. He threw back 2 grenades. The third exploded in his hand, destroying it completely. Using only his remaining hand, he loaded and fired his rifle for 4 hours, killing 31 enemy soldiers and holding the position entirely alone until reinforcements arrived. He weighed number 17, Nancy Wake. Nancy Wake was so effective that the Gestapo devoted an entire department specifically to hunting her. They called her the White Mouse. She organized weapons drops for 7,000 resistance fighters, personally executed a German SS guard with her bare hands to prevent him raising an alarm, and cycled 500 miles through German checkpoints to deliver messages. She died in London, number 18. Violette Szabo. Violette Szabo was 23 years old when she parachuted into occupied France for her second SOE mission in 1944. Ambushed by the SS, she held them off alone long enough for her colleagues to escape, emptying multiple magazines before her capture. She was executed at Ravensbrück concentration camp in February 1945. Her daughter was 4 years old and never saw number 19. Franz Stiegler. Franz Stiegler was a German Luftwaffe pilot who, in December 1943, pulled alongside a crippled American B-17 bomber that should have been an easy kill. The aircraft was so badly damaged he could see wounded crew through holes in the fuselage. He escorted it safely to the British coast instead of shooting it down. Reporting this act of mercy to number 20, Chune Sugihara. Chune Sugihara was a Japanese diplomat in Lithuania who received direct orders from Tokyo not to issue visas to Jewish refugees in 1940. He issued them anyway, writing them by hand for 18 hours daily for an entire month. He produced over 2,000 visas, saving an estimated 6,000 lives. As his train departed, refugees chased it down the platform. If one of these heroes deserves their own full deep dive video, drop the name in the comments. Every single one of these stories goes far deeper than 60 seconds allows. And if you're not subscribed yet, you're going to miss what's coming next.